This is Dee with Divine Needle, and this is the weekly Age of Aquarius Spiritual Path Tarot reading. I'm a day late starting it. It's the 10th, and this goes through the 15th. So, this is going to cover the eclipse and the new moon. Okay. So, and this is day 172 through 177 AoA. Didn't think they wanted this deck, but they do. Alright. Let's get this started for those on a mission down here. I wanted it alright. Volumes to tell us, evidently. The land between. The tall tale. The rose kiss. The waking lion. Body and soul. Alright. The land between is 40. Card 40. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book. The land between. Being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be. A time of waiting and evolving. Gray areas. Something essential yet still in development. Metamorphosis. I saw in some of the other readings, you saw that I was getting the postponement card in this deck. And I've been getting that frequently in personal readings, postponement. And some of the other readers, their oracle decks have a wait card. Wait. We're in stasis right now. That's why I'm wanting answers so badly. This stasis period will drive an Aquarian right up the wall. We want to get this show moving. So, stasis, the land in between, while we wait for this changeover to happen. The changing of the guard. The age of Aquarius has already begun, and this changing of the guard is occurring. In the meantime, we're all up in the air. It's kind of like taking a deck of cards, flinging it up into the air, and everyone holding their breath, waiting to see what cards fall first, or what they're going to say. A tall tale. 35. Denial. Concealing the truth so that you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication. This is interesting. That's that 6 of Swords. Right? That's Six of Swords energy. And this, whenever I do pull this deck up and use it, has been coming out. Fear-based communication. Denial, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind. Allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. Here's the deal. If an Aquarian communicates outwardly like some do, they are very cutting and they don't mean to be. But fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind. All right. That feels very much what the Seven of Swords is all about that's coming up in the readings. So maybe they just help explain what was going on there a bit. The Rose Kiss, 9. Joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment. Desires, acknowledged. 5, sensory reality. Waking the Lion. Move this over. There we go. Waking the Lion, number 19, breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. Boldness, the courage to move forward even without knowing the way. Facing that which is difficult or painful. The audacity to step into the unknown. And then the last card, body and soul, number 5. Fives are changes. Taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package. Body, not separate from soul. Centered in your sense of self. Comfortable in your body. Your authentic identity. Physical health. Well, I can tell you right now, waking the lion with body and soul right behind it, that is your authentic identity for some of us. This feels like stepping forward into our power, not worrying about what anybody else thinks about it. That we are in a stasis period right now, but getting ready to break wide open and present who we truly are. It's interesting that there's a dragonfly on this, and the rose signifies the goddess Lady Luck, the ladybug. Just so happens that my spirit animals are a doe and a dragonfly. Dragonfly right here. Fully stepping into who we are. All right, guys, so that's pretty interesting. So right now, everybody's in a stasis period. But based on what I read off to you, some of you, this is just merely healing your bodies. Because some of you still have a long road ahead of you just doing that. Because you're not going to be any good to anybody else until you fully heal from the damage that's been done. From them trying to stop us from doing our missions. But, and then for others of us, this is us. We know who we are. We've been told who we are, and we need to remember that. That's why they wanted me to go within to remember the past. Okay, that makes sense on the Thursday reading. Okay. Waking the lion within. All right, I get what they're laying down. Okay, guys. So, yeah. Remembering who you are. And fear-based, if you got any fear-based things going on, it's kind of like what Martin Luther King said. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. The virus wants everybody in fear. All the time. What's happening is a changing of the guard. We're moving from Pisces, the age of Adonai, into Aquarius, the age of the goddess. The apocalypse. All right. Let's get a card from Kuan Yin. This is for the week, including the new moon solar eclipse. All right. Beautiful Kuan Yin deck, Oracle deck. I do love it. Oh, that's beautiful. That's stunning. You have to see it in person. Video just doesn't do these cards justice. But here we go anyway. The wish of the Divine Mother is that you become free. Oh my These new decks, these new Oracle decks, I purposely did not go through the cards and read them at all. Because I wanted it to be a surprise. I'm kind of blown away right now. Because I just posted a comment under somebody's video. Ancient Astronaut Archive. AAA. Ancient Astronaut Archive, I believe is the name of the channel. I just posted a comment under one of their videos. One about Inky. It's not their most recent video, the one prior, I believe. Anyway, and I posted about the goddess. Because a lot of people think that it's Inky's turn to rule. He had his turn. Look at the effing mess we got. Like Gabriel says, TikTok, time's up. And I posted under there, the goddess wants nothing more than you guys to be set free. To fully know who and what you truly are. And to know the truth. Who are your creators? And who is your real God? And everything else in between. And I posted that. She wants her people set free. She's not playing games. Waken the lion, body and soul. The rose is a symbol of the goddess. You guys will be set free. Bank on it. She doesn't give up till she gets what she wants. Enlightenment is accumulation. Culmination. Sorry. Enlightenment is a culmination of many small steps, each one as a drop of water forming a divine ocean of peace, realization, love, and unity within. An ocean that washes away fear, separation, and scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within your heart. Let it shine. I don't know whether to post this reading or not, because it feels like they're personally talking to me here. I know I need to step into my power. Let that lion roar. But some people aren't going to like it if I do, I have a feeling. But they're going to have to learn that it is what it is. And I am who I am. Gabriel and Anne constantly at me. Anyway. Wise words. This is what you guys can expect with the Age of Aquarius. You will be set free. The boys have had their time, and their ways of doing things obviously didn't go well. Gabriel and I are backing up this very changeover. Problem is, there's a virus down here that's trying to prevent it. Because the system got hijacked, so to speak. Best way to say it. I'm going to go ahead and post this reading, but I am going to do another one. I have a feeling this is targeting me specifically, this reading. When I read the words, it may have pertained to some of you as well. All right. They told me to take one of these this time, too. This one's standing out to me, so I'll take it. Interesting, because that one was underneath the last time, the card that we took. I think. Was that the same one? Stood out because of the pentacle dead center. All right, here we go. You are an ocean of light, unfolding through the infinite space of life. Through the space between each thought, you can see your true immortal nature. The oneness of spirit that dreamt itself into the many is a part of you. Okay. Like a whirlwind from heaven, it appears and reappears in its endless forms. She, in prophecy, the goddess, appears and reappears because she hears you guys calling. Crying out for help. She hears it. And she comes every so often, as prophecy dictates, to help clear the muck and the mire from your lives. And bring you freedom. All right. That reading, I felt like, was targeted at me personally. So I will go ahead and post this. I don't feel like I should pull these cards with that, but they're telling me to do it. I don't want to do it. They want me to do it. Now I have to sit here and have a sip of coffee and decide if I'm going to. I don't always listen to them. I usually kick myself in the ass if I don't, though. Okay. All right. So, with this solar eclipse coming up, and the new moon, and the energy going on, the stasis and stuff that's going on, the Six of Cups, they want me to remember something from the past. And not this life. I have a feeling it's from past lives. Okay. Look to the past to see what the future is bringing. For this week. And none other than the goddess herself. Zero card, the Keeper. Spirit and Petition of Spirit. I get the gist of that one. You know how I said I'm very demanding when I want answers? I don't stop. I don't care if they keep throwing towers at me. And they're going to continue to do that till I get what they're trying to lay down. Spirit and Petition of Spirit. This is us going within to find ourselves. The Fool card, taking a leap of faith. Off on a brand new adventure right after this stasis. Highest priority, the burdened one. This is the cards that were on the underside, underlying energy. Wowza. All right. For the last reading, I pointed that out. Divine Assistance, Divine Trial, the Ebony Shield, Queen of Earth, the Shining Flame, Knight of Scepters, Apocalypse Time, that is the Age of Aquarius card, the Last Judgment, Shields Up Scotty. You know, this is feeling bound by the threads of fate, but it's also shields up. Does that suit up? Put on your armor? I don't know. And the Hollow Void, 4 chalices. Highest priority for this coming week. What's your overall energy? Get ready to take a leap, guys. Or me. Mindful love, prepare for. It's all about being a fool. Leaping off the cliff, guys. Sacred Fire. and the moon. That is the eclipse. To me, that's telling us about the eclipse. Sacred fire is the sun. See the sun in the background? And this is the moon card. What to be mindful of and prepare for. The eclipse. Yeah, I'm going to post this. I wasn't sure if I should or not, since it seemed very directed at me. There's that too. Picking the path, right? Do you want an empire? Do you want a kingdom? Or do you want an empire card? Taking a leap. Spirit in search of experience. We have 2 0 keys in the reading. And major arcana in every slot. Big week, guys. Really big week. The initiate personifies a return to spring, starting a new cycle of growth. This is us entering the age of Aquarius solidly. We've been having the run-up since June. Well, the run-up's been happening for a long time, but really intense since June. They started giving me the warnings about the 20th, 21st. And that's why you see the AoA dates, because that's how many days since that warning about the turnover happening. Day 172 through 177. The difference between those numbers is a 5. That means change. At least to me. This is a big changeover. We want the empire. We don't just want the kingdom, do we? Because we want them all set free. We want the heart-based souls set free. Done playing games, right? Overall energy and underlying. This is totally, yeah. This is the fool who who has become practiced and learned in a spiritual path, now engages in a more interactive relationship with the many names and faces of the Holy Spirit. That's the overall energy. The goddess. The spiritual side of her. Wow. All right. Highest priority, burden 1. 10 of Scepters. The spirit resident in this card is the carrier of sorrows. The burden 1 is oppression we bring onto ourselves when we don't temper or we have acquiesced to others using us as their beast of burden. The series of decisions you have made along the way have led up to this culminating point of unduly carrying the responsibility of others. Are the hands of spirit holding the rods to help you carry the weight of your load, or are the hands of spirit presenting the burden to you to test your strength, resolve, and perseverance? Is this a divine trial or divine assistance? The mystic rose at the center between the hands symbolize a secret and mystery, indicating that you don't know everything. There are greater reasons for why you are where you are. There is purpose, and you are not yet privy to what that purpose is, because we're in stasis. The 10 of Scepters is a card of laborious task. Highest priority. A Queen of Earth. Ebony shield. Power and authority of Earth. All right. The Ebony shield. The Queen of Orbs brings nourishment so that you have the vitality to accomplish your goals and the strength to overcome your challenges, these burdens. She bears an apple of knowledge that will fortify you with all that you need to be your most resourceful. The Ebony Shield brings protection around your wealth, luck, gains, and earthly dominion, so that others cannot take what is yours. When the Ebony Shield appears to you, she is making her presence known so that you might take prudent action to preserve your assets and capital. Save, invest, and be more mindful of your security. A female ancestor or one from your maternal lineage can appear to you through the Ebony Shield. Helping you with your burdens. Could be an earth sign. The Shining Flame, Knight of Scepters. You are now being given divine instruction to alchemize the elemental nature of fire to advance your professional work. Transmuted fire is the driving force that will help you accelerate, hasten, and advance your progress. Crystallization is happening, the creation of something that will soon take defined concrete form. This knight is also a spiritual guide who appears to you to lead you to an awakening. The appearance of this card is a prophecy that an awakening is imminent. A spark of creativity will lead you to incredible productivity. Yeah, the cards were telling me that there's a big awakening happening. The Shining Flame is hard-hitting fire energy. You know, the micro and the macro comes to mind. What you do on the micro affects the macro and vice versa. It's the chess game. Thousands of them. Chessboards. Thousands and thousands. And one move on one affects all the other boards. 20. The Apocalypse, Last Judgment. This is the spirit presented upon our path when we have arrived at a point of no return. What has transpired is now irreversible. The only way out is through. This is the moment of full realization for why all that has happened to you has happened. The apocalypse is the spirit of revelation when the answers that were hidden before are now obvious. This is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. When the apocalypse appears in divination with other cards, it adds emphasis of significant spiritual importance to those other cards. Pay closer attention when key 20 is present. The apocalypse is a mythic personification of an event horizon. This is a space-time in which no event that comes subsequent can affect the outcome because all that could have affected it has either transpired or not transpired. The apocalypse card appears when you have crossed the boundary of where gravitational pull over you is such that turning back is impossible. The Captor. 8 of Swords. You are feeling bound by the threads of fate. You're being pulled in so many oppositional directions that now you cannot move in any direction at all. That's kind of the stasis energy somewhat. When the captor appears to you, it is a message from beyond warning you that there has been undue interference in your path. The themes here are having to confront the evils of oppression, aggressions of those in a superior position to hurt those who are helpless and meek, feelings of isolation, but also that prophecies will be delivered to you through your dreams. Okay. All right. They want me to go within and pay attention to my dreams. You guys too. Okay. This is the spirit of shortened force, of obstruction. When the Eight of Swords appears to you, take immediate action toward unbinding yourself and cutting loose from all that is trying to hold you down. The way out is not to exert your own force against the oppression, but to use the oppression against itself. Instead of struggling with your own strength to escape the bindings, use the blades of the swords blocking your path to cut yourself free. But I do think it's paying attention to our dreams. The hollow void, 4 chalices. Missed opportunities. The divine trying to hand you a cup. Yeah, these 2 cards feel like this energy. 4 of chalices. The hollow void builds our psychic inner platform for spiritual strength. This is a spirit presence with you as you look inward, reflect, meditate, and reach independent insight on why there is a hollow void. Okay, yeah, that's this energy here. So they're definitely telling us to pay attention to our dreams, to go take deep dive, basically. Surprised they didn't throw out the hermit. But I guess they wanted it to come across in a certain way. So that's why they picked these 2 cards. All right. So, highest priority is protecting. Oh, I did those in the wrong order. It was this way. All right. So, feeling super burdened, protecting your assets. The shining flame, fast forward fire energy, fast moving. And the only way out is through. The Apocalypse card, Last Judgment. It's the Judgment card, making a judgment call, perhaps. And the Captor in the Hollow Void feels like this land in between energy. Going within, listening to our dreams, because they're trying to communicate. So you can come out of this land between, this kind of hangmanish energy, right? And what to be mindful of and or prepare for: sacred fire. That's Ace of Scepters, the awakening. A switch inside you is turned on your creativity, productivity, and ingenuity. Fire is alchemizing in your world, materializing as a creative project, an innovative new venture, entrepreneurship, or the spark of inspiration for a passion project. This is also a new direction in career development. This is the awakening stage of your path. Also notice the sun on that card. Sacred fire is the sun. And then we also have the moon and an eclipse on this card, the moon card, the necromancer, gateway to resurrection, key 18. And we have that solar eclipse in the new moon coming up during this time frame. When K18 appears to you, the matter at hand is steeped in ambiguity. You cannot rely on superficial impressions. Instead, trust your psychic responses. The necromancer appears to help you see beyond physical perception. This is the spirit of your own imagination, an imagination that shines now so that the truth can be illuminated. That's what the Apocalypse and Age of Aquarius is all about. The truth being illuminated. The necromancer appears when you are coming toward the crossroads of having to endure. I've got a kitty tail between my legs, sorry. Made me stop totally in my tracks. When you're having to endure through a dark night of the soul, the necromancer will be your guide, your ally through the darkest night. Yet there is prophecy here. Journeying through the dark night of your soul will take you on a path that leads you to your holy grail. The necromancer is also the spirit of resurrection. The parting seas depicted on the card symbolize climatic miracle, and I also say climatic change. Through the doubt and mystery, maintain an unwavering faith, and that is what powers resurrection and miracle. Yeah. Unwavering faith is what everybody needs right now. Not fear, faith. Far too many are in fear mode, and that doesn't get you anywhere. Anyway, yeah, I think this is representing that eclipse coming up. Very much so. Can't deny what's on those cards. Okay. They want me to let the reading stand. This is the weekly reading for day 172 through 177, which will be through the day after the eclipse. But it's showing the eclipse here, so I have a funny feeling the energy stops there somewhat. Anyway, do try to remember, she wants you set free, all of you. She loves you beyond all comprehension.